Welcome back. St. Lucia is playing host the venue to an important forum on sustainable development in the context of climate change. Participants will discuss an agreement which will help to strengthen environmental governance in the region. The agreement is in tandem with the St. George's Declaration of Principles for Environmental Sustainability, as well as in keeping with Principle 10 of the United Nations Rio Declaration. Diane Qualis is the Sub-Regional Director for ECLAC, the lead agency on the efforts.
Principle 10 of the Rio Declaration is a very specific article that ensures access of all persons, because sustainable development, to be successful, must be a participatory process, and therefore Principle 10 ensures that there is access on the part of all persons to information about what is happening in their communities, to be able to have their voice heard, to speak up. This is access to participation, and then access to justice or access to recourse or remedy in the event that there is a concern or an infraction that a member of the community considers requires intervention. So we call these the access rights, which are enshrined in Principle 10. And we're here today to discuss, this week, to discuss the involvement of the Caribbean in a regional instrument which we are negotiating. We want to ensure that the Caribbean's concerns and needs are well represented in that instrument. It is currently under negotiation and should be completed by next year.
And 20 countries in the hemisphere, including 4 Caribbean nations, have signed on to the Rio Declaration, which in itself simply demands effective governance.
Sustainable development is a process. And in order for us to achieve that sustainable development, we need to ensure that we have strong, resilient, accountable institutions. And in order for us to achieve that kind of framework, there needs to be a more effective engagement between the ordinary man in the street and government decision makers. What we need, and this is why we're saying that it's important to have initiatives that promote education and awareness. Young people need to know what's happening. Older persons in the communities need to know what is happening. They need to be aware of the way in which they can play a role. Everybody is important. Everybody's voice counts. What we want to ensure that comes out of this process is that the widest cross-section of the representation of our populations become more engaged in governance. Because government is not only by the government representatives. Government is by the people. And we want people to be involved in having a say and in oversight and in management, and in ensuring that those who slip and slide are held accountable.
The ECLAC official is urging all nationals to learn more about Principle 10 and get involved in the process. That forum is being held here this week.